pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Make a motion for the approval of the minutes. Hopefully everybody's read those.
I'll move.
Mr. Martino moves it.
I'll second.
And Mike?
Yeah, legislature.
Mike. All right. Resolutions. We're in the resolution. Resolution, IT1, resolution establishing capital project number 1123, mixed plant rehab. Looking for a motion to discuss. First by Dave Holst, second by Mr. Yurden. Open for discussion.
I think we discussed it enough, there's something that needs to be done.
Sound good? All set? Marie, good?
Yeah, good.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion moves. IT2, resolution authorizing the chairman to execute an agreement extension between the County of Oswego and the Oneida-Herkimer Solid Waste Authority. Open for discussion. I make a motion. First by Mr. Martino, second by Linda Lockwood. This is a contract for our waste with Oneida-Herkimer.
For the recyclables.
The recyclables.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everything gets tipped out to MRF other than the residential stuff. It all gets put in the MRF. Then it gets contacted, it goes to an Herkimer, they sort it, they sell it. Some months we owe the money, some months we get money back depending on the commodity market.
Anybody else?
What do we typically make in revenues, say, annually on that?
It's been a little bit positive, I think yearly, you have to go look at past years.
I think the COVID was losing that.
We still made some that year. I don't think it's much more in the grand scheme of things than what, 10, 15, 20 grand over the course of the year. But it is a net positive. It's not a negative, so it's been a good relationship. They've got the means to sort and sell stuff where we don't, so.
Anybody else?
I have one question about why are so many list trucks in town? This has
So many
it's like
what?
Butler.
Well, this is
Has
a,
the trucks that go by my house and it says list on the side.
this is a camp.
I don't know.
It's done catering to business.
So are they doing something that they have to?
I see them go by my office window routinely. I haven't really noticed an uptick.
I just wondered that because it's always going by, I just wondered if they were doing something and they finished it, why are they still doing it? I just wondered.
No,
Okay.
I mean, they've been coming in and out normally to me,
Mhm.
so I don't know if over by your house if there's something.
That's the way they go most of the time.
They have a lot of contracts in the towns.
It just seemed like I know they work from here, that's why I'm wondering.
Anybody else?
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. IT3, resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Solid Waste Energy Recovery Facility plant expense. Motion for discuss. Mr. Martino?
Second.
Mr. Yurden? Discuss. Marie?
Is this regarding the boiler?
No, this is just in our expense account. That budget line started, I think, at the beginning of the year was 625, and we've just expended the money with inflation and everything, cost of things going up. It's the cost of doing business. That's this account.
Are we charging enough for tipping fees? compared to neighboring counties?
That's a conversation I intend to have with Bill and Mr. Legislator House after this meeting.
It just seems like an extraordinarily big drop.
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. IT4, resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Solid Waste Energy Recovery Facility Insurance Recovery for CP number 1122, Earth Boiler number 2.
Second.
Mr. Martino, Mr. Twist, for discussion.
This one is for the boiler. We got a check in December, which was put into the general fund, I believe. So I'm getting that money transferred back into the capital project. I've also put in more insurance claims on the boiler for lost revenue and the cost of the balance of the repairs. So as that rolls on, I'll keep you informed as to where we're at. Because I put in for, let's see, 500,000. We gave us 75, so I'm looking to recoup about another 425,000.
Marie?
Is this linked to the water coming back from our neighbor that we sell power to? Has it done damage? It's my understanding the water coming back is not properly demineralized.
It's one of the contributing factors. There's multiple factors. That's, yes.
Well, I
Water
mean,
quality is poor.
It's my understanding that sometimes they use river water coming back.
That's correct.
And to me, that is way too expensive to even permit that. It's gotta come back demineralized or it can't come back.
Their contract is also up at the end of this year, and Joe Wilhelm and I have been discussing some modifications we want to make, and we want to discuss those with Bill and Rich. And going forward, address some of these concerns that you're bringing forward.
Well, I mean, with the cost of power right now, regardless of what they do or don't do, if they're not going to send appropriate water back, it should be in an ironclad contract. The cost of these repairs is too much to even consider doing business with them, in my opinion.
So you're sending back non-treated conventional water?
At times, yes.
A lot.
That's,
It's bad, yes.
well, first of all, it should never be done, ever. So whoever come up with that idea on the other side should have changed it.
And this isn't a new issue. This goes back quite a few years. So moving forward, yes, we are trying to address that.
It destroyed the water.
Absolutely right.
It's gotta be in the contract, so I just cut them off. We could certainly use the power company,
It's like, it's like they should do.
sell it on the grid,
Exactly.
then you don't even have to worry about it. Keep blowing up.
Yes, that contract is, like I said, coming up at the end of this year. I'll get with Bill and Rich. We've got to retool the contract.
Oh, did they just sell that? I mean, did that just change hands again?
Yes, it went from Lydell to Alkingen.
How long's that been there? Because I just noticed the sign.
6 to 8 months.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to be here yet.
We might not even have a contract right now.
Well, I think it was, I think it was worded to be assigned, so kind of like a real estate contract.
It just rolls.
It
It rolls.
Well, with
But
the
it should
permission of
roll.
all parties. It requires the permission of the parties.
Who knows?
They certainly haven't shown us much consideration at all.
Well, that's the thing, it changes hands so much.
Well, then cut that out of the contract. I wish I'd done it.
Thing is, you got, condenser water's got to be the same, the steam come up. The condenser water, it's got to be coming from the same thing, otherwise it mixes up the chemicals in addition to all the chemicals you add to the steam system is not being affected. Continuing with river water, it's like insane.
Never comes down.
Like in fluid green.
And in fact, if anything, we should be looking at a lawsuit to make them pay back all this money.
Not a bad idea.
Well, thank you for addressing it. Keep us informed on how you make out with that.
Going forward, yeah.
Excellent. Very good, thank you.
IT5, resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Solid Waste, Bristol Hill landfill, auction proceeds to other equipment.
Yeah, this is,
We didn't vote on that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll move on.
Motion to move.
We already did all that. All in favor?
All in favor? Oh, and the vote on the last one. All right.
All in favor?
Oh, IT5, I already read that.
No, IT4, we gotta vote on it. We didn't vote on IT4.
Oh, okay.
No,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Going.
Good thing Jay's here, keep us on track.
Trying to keep.
All right, let's start over again. IT5, resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Solid Waste, Bristol Hill, auction proceeds to other equipment. Motion to discuss. Dave, second. Mr. Yurton. What do we
this
got?
was for an auction that solid waste held late last year, earlier this year. Old equipment, junk, stuff that we just auctioned, plus 67,000, whatever's in the paperwork. We just want to move that money into other equipment so we can just utilize it for some other equipment. That's all that is.
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carries. IT6, resolution authorizing budgetary modification, Department of Solid Waste, Bristol Health, purchase of used compact. Motion to discuss. Mr. Yurton, or Mr. Yeah, Legislator Martino and Legislator Yurton. Open for discussion. Ms. Green.
How much is the new one?
About $1 million. Well, no, this one's about 750,000. So we're getting this for about half price.
But how old is it?
This one is a 2019, I believe, and it still has the balance of factory warranty.
Which is how long?
I believe they're gonna give me up to $9,500 on it.
How many hours are on it now?
I think 7,500. We've got a couple $1,000.
How many do you do in a week, a month? I don't know.
If I could keep mine running, I could give you a better answer. We're gonna
40
replace-
hours a week, 50 hours a week?
Oh, we tried, yeah, we should be running at 40 hours a week. Yeah.
Does it make more sense to buy a new one versus a used one?
Well, it's not that old, really, it's not.
No, I think
Why is somebody getting rid of it?
they bought a bigger unit. They need a bigger unit. We don't need, this is a mid-size unit, because I looked at the small one, this one and a big one. For our size landfill, this is the size.
I know our old, I know our old one is,
It's down again today. That one's a 1999 or 1998.
I've heard it's pretty bad.
It has served us well, and we'll keep it running as long as fiscally it makes sense as a backup. But at some point, the transmission is literally has a plate on it that's JB welded and bolted on. So at some point it's going to go, and that's it. We can't fix it.
I just, in my mind, from a business standpoint, I would rather buy new, used. But I don't know that much about compactors at all, so you're the expert on that.
And depending on the future of the landfill and how we enlarge ourselves and do things, as long as this has value, and at some point if we look to need a bigger one or a different one, it'll have resale value or trading value. So it should be in good shape. Well, better shape than what
I just, I know a few haulers myself, talk to them on a regular basis. And for what it's worth, they say that things are really starting to change for the good at the landfill. So I just wanted to let you know that I'm hearing really good things. And I know that the compactor is part of that issue from what I've been told, and I understand it. So either way, I understand what you're saying. Either way, we need a compactor, because it really does change the dynamics of how that landfill works.
I just hate you stuff.
Well, going forward, as these meetings progress over the next few months, well, let me, when it's time for my part, I'll say what that's saying. But for this, yes.
Anybody else? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. On to 40, buildings and grounds, department update.
The elevator in this building, there's crew working in the elevator shaft right now. They're patching walls, tearing pipes down that shouldn't be there. That should be all done by the end of the week. After that, we're getting the hatch cut in the roof. And then after that, we're just waiting for parts to put the new elevator in. CNS up to Bunner Street's really been dragging their feet. That's finally gonna go out to bid next week. So we should have.
Thursday.
Or Thursday, Thursday, so we should have prices next month on what it's gonna cost. We have a pre-bid or pre-construction meeting down at our shop next week for our roof, so that's finally moving to, it should be done there at the end of the month. And, out to Camp Zerby, we have a meeting there next week for that bathhouse,
This
so
week,
that's,
this Thursday,
what?
Thursday. Thursday, 9:30,
Thursday, 9:30 for that one, so that's moving also.
Is that it?
That's it.
On the highway?
Well, as y'all probably know, our mix plant was broken for 10 days. And we're up and running, it's running smooth now. Put a couple Band-Aids on it, and get by.
Till the next rainstorm.
We are not starting that in the rain, I already said that. And basically, we're paving, I've got a crew up in Redfield now and one in Hannibal. And we're getting them roads done, and then we're gonna be moving around a couple different places. Hopefully getting the DSS soon, and I got a little bit more at the airport to do. And continue on some of our roads. We're doing road cuts, bridge on Hall Road out in County Hannibal. They poured the concrete abutments and let it set for 10 days, got the beams all ready, painted, ready to go on. And that should be done probably within the next week or two, and hopefully pave that, open that up.
Solid waste? Solid waste.
My new scale is being delivered 8/8. I'll have a crane on site, so that will start going in. And they will pour the concrete into the pads, and it'll sit about 25 days, and we will have an outbound scale again. So I think that's happening. I got my survey update back. I'm working with Martin and Judas on my landfill, the amount of fill space we have left. I will be more prepared to talk about that in the next committee meeting. I did ask Martin and Judas though to get me a quote on starting the engineering and the process for cell 5. We have a little less airspace in it than I thought, but I'll bring it up next committee meeting. And I'll also discuss that quote next meeting. Survey, we did have a fire on 724, I let Phil know. We had some departments respond. We put it out, I notified the DEC. I have gotten with Bob Loomis and Shane. We're going to start looking at some sort of a press release for batteries. And I'd like to do something for a battery education campaign. So Bob's on vacation this week. When he gets back, we'll pick that one up and start moving with it. Let's see here, my Earth 360 permit, which is my solid waste permit, is going to be up next July. So I'm going to ask Martin to do this to give me paperwork to get that going. I'll bring that for committee the next one. And that's pretty much it for right now. Got a lot going.
Just here with us. Okay, we're gonna go to, airport. Brandon.
We just finished mowing the landfill, the Silk Road landfill, about an hour ago. Looking a little better over there right now. I'm working with the Civil Air Patrol to repaint some buildings that are out front along 176. They've been an eyesore for years. So we're trying to clean that up and possibly get rid of some buildings, either the highway or B&G or whatever. I'm sure you all saw the rabies vaccination drop news release that they're going to be starting next week, I believe it is. We'll be working with all the airplanes, fueling them up, accommodating them to do the rabies vaccination drops. So fighting with the FAA to pay for LED upgrades for our lighting. We're still working on that.
Yeah.
So,
That's it? Okay. Central Services Department, Greg Collins not here. I guess we don't have that. What did you want to do with that?
So okay. It's been brought to our attention, since we discussed and approved the used landfill bid, we actually have resolution IT6 that we have to approve to continue on with the monies and accept the bid. There's no, and the budget mod on that.
So what do we do? Make a motion, Okay, IT6, resolution authorizing budgetary modifications, Department of Solid Waste, Crystal Hill landfill purchase of used contact.
We pretty much discussed that already. Yeah, we good?
I'll make the motion to accept the.
No, we already did all that. This is on the resolution. So we're gonna move the resolution for approval.
Alright.
Well, we made it on the compact, but not on the budget.
Right. Now we're voting on the budget, not for.
Alright.
Moved by legislator Twist, I'll second.
Okay. Legislator Twist, Legislator Martino, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Guess that's it. Looking for the proper,
Motion to adjourn.
motion to adjourn.
Second.
Done.